Perception is not always what it seems. I'm home from college on my summer break to go working with my dad, a dentist who volunteers his skills at local elementary schools. An 8-year-old girl walks in, trembling and very anxious because this is her first visit to the dentist. We get her as comfortable as we can in the dental chair and she opens her mouth. Dad takes a mirror and probe looking for cavities but then stops. He motions me to look. Her first molars, the teeth you chew your food with, are rotted down to the bone. To know her parents can't afford to take her to the dentist and she must live like this, it's just not right. I decide in that moment, I don't want another child to experience this, not on my watch. I'm going to become a dentist. After that summer break, I marched myself into the career counselor's office and announced, I'm going to dental school. Ms. Thompson puts down her coffee and says, you are never going to get in. You are dreaming. No one in our college has gotten into dental school the last 4 years. What makes you think that you can do it? Corinne, your grades are subpar, your extracurricular activities are unimpressive, and your goals are ridiculous. They're completely unreachable. Honey, you should be focused on getting married and starting a family after college. As I make my way back to my dorm to start to get angry, and the more angry I get, the more I realize she's wrong. Am I going to let someone else dictate my future, tell me my limits and what's possible in my life? No, I'm not. I don't need to play down to her level. I can change my trajectory and influence what happens next. Against all odds, I become a dentist and graduate cum laude from dental school. Before I know it, I'm proudly raising my right hand to enter the armed forces to serve my country as a naval dental officer. So how'd this happen? How did I go from being picked on to holding one of the most coveted positions in the U.S. military? It happened because I was willing to do what others won't do, and I learned one of the most valuable lessons in my life. When we seek the unattainable, we change the game. According to Webster's dictionary, unattainable means not being accomplished or achieved. I see it as an opportunity to redefine an outcome. Yet in our daily lives, we often settle. We don't speak up, we don't go after what challenges us, we blame time, our jobs, our families, but ultimately we are the ones holding ourselves back from what is possible. Seeking the unattainable means we are not following a pre-designed path, but simply creating one that works for us in a unique way, and thereby our actions change the game. And the game changes with our mindset. Our minds are the one thing that can either hold us back or push us forward through doubt, fear, or disbelief. Now, some of you may argue that we're simply born with our mindset, just like raw talent. I argue that you do have a choice. If you train and focus your mindset on something bigger than yourself, you will get there. Each of us can influence dramatic change when we seek the unattainable. For example, 50 years ago, the Japanese created a high-speed bullet train called the Shinkansen. They looked at ways to improve their economy and created the fastest way to travel on land. In 2020, the Swoop MRI, a portable device smaller than a refrigerator, was created to help physicians make clinical decisions on patients too fragile to move. These advancements in medicine and transportation were created with not accepting the baseline, but wanting to elevate it. We can do the same thing. If we want something we've never had, then we must do something we've never done. To change the game, it's critical to have 3 strategic moves ready to use at any time. The first move is to mobilize your mindset. It's July 1st, 2009. I'm in Iraq as a general dentist. We are deep in the Al-Anbar province, and my boss tells me I'm going to an Iraqi camp outside the wire. I arrive, and I'm afraid. I see people appearing, staring in silence, which feels like they're saying, "Who are you? Who do you think you are?" I was forewarned about this in my training, but to see it in real time is entirely different. Because women in Iraq don't hold places of authority. Yet I know I can help these people. All I need to do is earn their trust. They watch me open my hands, take off my helmet, and all of a sudden their disapproval turns into curiosity. The translator tells them I'm a dentist and I can help people get out of pain. My desire to help supersedes my fear, and my ability to mobilize my mindset earns their trust. I go from enemy to healer in a matter of seconds. None of this would be possible if I didn't believe in myself. Your success starts with you believing in yourself, because a distracted mind isn't a successful mind. Mobilizing your mindset means you're removing distractions and focusing your thoughts so that you can achieve clarity. Easier said than done. When I was outside the wire, I was so clear and focused that I was there to help that it superseded everything else. Where in your life could you be more clear and focused? What distractions do you need to remove? Perhaps it's turning off your phone notifications, blocking time in your calendar, or changing your environment. When you are crystal clear and focused on your goals, your mindset supersedes everything else. Mobilizing our mindset is an ongoing journey that we can be working on for the rest of our professional careers. With every opportunity, every risk we take, every challenge has the ability to take our mindset to a higher level. When it comes to seeking the unattainable, the traits you bring to the table are critical. The next strategic move is to liberate your labels. I land back in the USA to take some much-needed leave and fly to Texas to compete in the United America pageant. My parents asked, "Why are you doing this? How is a pageant going to help your career?" I decided to do it anyways because I have the ability to adapt, have poise, and confidence. It's down to the top 3 contestants. Corinne, as someone who's just returned from Iraq, how do you feel about President Obama sending 70,000 troops to Afghanistan? Everyone's eyes are on me. Why am I being asked this? When it comes to religious and political questions, those are off limits in pageants. The stakes are high. If I don't answer it, I'll lose the competition in the crown. And if I answer in a way that appears to undermine my military leadership, I will be in violation of Uniform Code of Military Justice. I look at the judges. Yes, you're right. President Obama is shifting the operation from Iraq to Afghanistan. As a proud member of the military, I know if we can show the local people what we did in Iraq, where we helped and give with no expectation in return, something felt in the core of our belief as Americans, then we did our job. God bless those troops. I didn't know the political views or the biases of the judges, but I wanted to answer true to who I was and what I believed in. 5 minutes later, I was crowned Miss United America 2009. 5 days later, I was back at Marine Corps Air Station Miramar in my combat boots and fatigues, finishing post-deployment training. As humans, we label people, and sometimes we allow others to put labels on us. My colleagues thought it was ridiculous that I was competing in a pageant. Labeled ridiculous. The interviewer on stage thought I wouldn't know how to answer his question. Labeled unintelligent. When I was pondering the idea of competing, my parents labeled it as a waste of time and told me I wasn't taking myself seriously. Labeled lollygag. The dental officers at my command questioned, "Why would you compete in a pageant before you start residency?" Labeled distracted. I ignored them and gave myself my own label. Relentless. We all have labels that sometimes people give us, but what if the labels that you create and embody can impact the lives of those around you? When we liberate our labels, we're taking control of our story. We are releasing the labels that don't serve us and replacing them with labels that do. You have the opportunity to choose the labels that you want to have. To instill in these new labels, it will take hard work, repetition, and consistency. Decide right now the 3 labels you want to have to live into the year ahead. Maybe you want to be unstoppable, on purpose, or timely. Make it non-negotiable that you have awareness of these labels every day. In developing your mindset and embracing the labels that come with it, you will need to learn how to capture your confidence, the final strategic move. It's 130 degrees Fahrenheit outside on a summer day in Iraq. The Marine unit I'm with recovered weapons from insurgents and needs to dispose of all the ammunition. The staff sergeant asked me and several other doctors if we'd like to shoot them. Of course we said yes, but we had no clue how to use them. The Marine security unit sets up a safe range. As we line up, I'm handed an AK-47, a semi-automatic rifle. The range master instructs us to push the side lever down 1 click, meaning when we pull the trigger, only 1 shot will fire. Each of us pushes the side lever down and we're instructed to shoot not just 1 bullet, but many come out. We are told to keep shooting. The back of the weapon is hitting painfully hard into my shoulder. After we finish, we leave to head back to the main base. Upon removing my gear, I discover my shoulder is swollen and bruised with various colors of black, purple, and yellow. The point of repeated injury requires stitches from one of my fellow doctors. 6 months later, I'm performing dental exams in Miramar for patients getting ready to leave for Afghanistan. One of my Marines says, "You have no idea what it's like over there." I say, "You're right, but I do know what it's like to be deployed and in the face of danger." I take off my gloves, roll up my scrub on the right side, and show my scar from the AK-47. He says, "Doc, you have street credit." And then he opens his mouth and let me finish his exam. We all have experiences in life that make us who we are. When we capture our confidence, it means we share our successes rather than hide them. At first, it may feel unnatural, yet be proud of who you are. Your success can be contagious and inspire others to do the same. I want you to feel more secured, determined, and connected so that you can take the driver's seat in your life and celebrate the things that truly matter to you. Being a naval officer, a beauty pageant queen, and an orthodontist could not be more opposite at first glance. But there are commonalities among them and skills I've learned which has boosted my confidence in every shape and form. That is why I share all three, to show others that they can do the same. The Navy has taught me how to be a leader and that there's no problem we can't solve. Competing in pageants has taught me there's strength in femininity. As an orthodontist, I've learned there is power in being open to feedback. C.S. Lewis stated, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending." Each day, every one of us can seek the unattainable and change the game. Commit to your 3 strategic moves that you have right now in your pocket. Mobilize your mindset, liberate your labels, and capture your confidence. We need you right here, right now. Let's go. It's game time. Thank you.